Good morning, everyone. So today, enough mucking around. We'll definitely get the interior in this time. I've said it 2-3 times already, but today is the day. We're getting the seats in, we're getting the dash fascia in, and as well, we've got a deep dish steering wheel. I've ordered the Boss kit from eBay. The steering wheel's coming from Autobarn. We've got no time to muck around today, boys and girls. We've got it coming in an Uber. He should be here in about, hold on. Oh wait, no, maybe I won't show you guys that actually, because then you'll have my address, and that's not a good idea. But it's probably not the smartest thing to put it on YouTube as well, my house. But you know what? It's all for the love, guys. So you know, it's all with good intentions. But yeah, he should be here at 11:34, and it's 11:28 now. So what a great time to film an intro. These are the parts as well we needed. If you paid attention to the last video, you would have seen that this piece stopped us because it goes like that on the dash, and then your dash fascia comes here, but I can't put the other stuff on without this piece because then I have to pull it all off again from the top, work my way all the way down to the bottom just to replace this bit. And I'm not leaving any tacky little last parts left in the car. I refuse. I want it done properly for you guys. I want to set an example. I want to show you that this is how I'll restore cars at the medium standard. So we got that. And for you lovely loyal part 1 viewers, I don't know if you remember these from the first video, the demisters on the top of the dash. They were all painted and bubbling all the way down there, and good luck trying to sand something like that. And it's plastic too, you can't paint strip them, so you got to bin them. So we've got fresh ones as well. Big thank you to Jap Sport Spares in Smithfield. Anthony and his brother, they're great, always look after me as well. Like I said with you guys, Skyline's best too. I don't have a favorite shop, I just stick to the people that look after me. Whoever doesn't have the parts, I go to the next. Great bunch of people. So we're very lucky in Sydney to have these wreckers, and they do ship obviously worldwide too. But yeah, so these are our fun little fiddly bits. I'm so keen to get all the seats in and whatnot. We're going to get straight into the action pack stuff today. Join in, we'll put the interior in, and then we'll position ourselves, and then once we've got the seat in, rip the steering wheel off, we'll put our dash fascia on, and we'll put the door cards as well on, stuff it. I'll show you guys just to give you guys a rough idea of the final product. We've only got 2 days left to get the car ready for respray, so we've got no time to muck around. The car's got to be there in 2 days from now to get dropped off, to get ready to get prepped. So I've given him my word, I want to keep my word, don't like to muck around. Unfortunately, we've had to waste time to get the parts, but yeah, here we go. Let's dive into it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, I really appreciate it. Enjoy the video, let's go, peace. Beautiful. For a heavy duty steering wheel, and this is not Temu quality. Autobarn and Super Cheap Auto, they stock SAS. Now it's a lot better than Temu quality. This was around well before Temu. How nice. Look at the leather on it. That is going to look nice and crispy. That's going to be nice and tidy. Look at that. This is exactly what you want. So you can have your seat back just a little bit mad, and you can throw nice hoop, but then as soon as you want to grab it, it locks in very nicely. But yeah, all right, let's get to it. Let's whack this interior in. I'm sick of looking at it like this. How beautiful is that? I just remembered our freshly painted trims. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, the boys. Finally going to be a car today. So keen. We still have like one hose in the engine bay to go over, and obviously the fuel pump as well. Right, let's just get all this sorted so we can sort it out step by step. Have a look at the difference. So this is the old one, and this is the new one. So much better. Look at that. How much better is that already? That's so much better. Nice and clean, matches over here as well. I'm pretty happy that our drip stitched little tab for the dash actually held up, but I can tell, like I can even see it up here, screws aren't really lining up 100%. But, you know, I shouldn't have been surprised buying the car from certain areas. Beautiful. So much better. I don't know why they would have painted that. Oh well, beats me. It's fixed now, boys. Alright, I'll give the seat belts a quick wipe before we whack the seats in. Simple green, what a spray. Two down, so you can already tell. Look at that. Alright, while we're here, we'll just quickly put this mounting bracket through for the battery. Alright, to do this properly, we've got to take off the battery tray one more time so we can take out these rods and put a proper battery clamp in there. It's good at least we do it now while the seat's out, so we've got clear access to it. We can zip these bolts off without struggling. Let's go to the boot. Alright, we got one down. As you can see, we had to slide it in from underneath. And that is how you install your battery mounts. Very important if you are going to be sliding the car and throwing it around. It is very, very important. Like, yeah, people cop defects for it. It's a shit go. Oh, your battery's not secure. Alright, if you're cruising the car, whatnot, if you get into an accident, it's bad. But if you're drifting the car, there is a high chance that it won't work out in your favor, guys. Battery tray is actually important, and I'm speaking from experience. Make sure all 4 bolts are screwed in correctly where there's no tension before you give it a hugger-dugger. Alrighty, last 2 nip-ups. Alright, no more side quests. Let's get these seats in. Let's go. So we get our one seatbelt buckle through, and we'll get our second seatbelt buckle through. And there's no middle seat, so this is probably just registered as a 4-seater. Now we'll line up this other hole, and she's in. Slide them up and then push them down, and make sure that that hook, the slider has gone behind the hook, so you try to pull it forward and it won't come forward. And same as this side. Now we'll readjust our seat belts, and now we're good. Let's line up our mounting bracket holes so we can get the screws in them properly. How nice is that? Time to bolt up the bottom half of the seats. These bolts were green, so I did give them a quick lick of paint, just a quick bit of a matte black. So we'll push this down and just get it to the right height. Beautiful. Leave that one there. And then this next one, same thing. We don't want to force the bolt in. We want to like push the seat down just enough for the hole to be correct for the bolt. Saves us threading it for the next person. Alright, I'm probably just going to leave them loose for now. Just give the bolts a little bit more time to dry so it looks nice and clean. Alright, sweet. It's time for the front seats, boys. Let's go. Alrighty, so we've found some recycled bolt, 14mm heads. Let's just double check that they are correct. Oh, I got a feeling this one's going to be cooked. Alright, so bit of bad news. We do have 2 bolt holes which are pretty badly threaded. I was going to tap and die it, but I don't know where the kit is. In typical Billy fashion, I'll find it when I don't need it. So we'll tape up these holes so I know for future when we do pull the seats out, whoever I get to tap and dye the seats, that they're nice and marked, so I won't forget it later on. It's a bit shit, but it makes sense why it had all mismatched bolts on it. They probably just tried to shove whatever in it. It just shows the same workmanship that they would have had towards the car. It's absolutely pathetic, you know, the extra time they could have taken just to find the right bolts. Some people shouldn't be touching Skylines. Alright, let's check out the other side. That one's finished too. Little status update, 3 out of 4 of each of the bolt holes where the seat needs to mount up to are threaded. For now, we'll piece together the whole dash fascia and we'll put on our new steering wheel that arrived today in the Uber. Watch the progress of this car coming back to life. We'll give the dash a nice little wipe and I'll show you when it's all done. We'll put the door cards back on and stuff like that. I really want to show you guys, give you a rough idea of the final picture. Alright, buckle up, let's go. Firstly, we need to see what bolt holes hold this horn in. We've got one screw over here. Right, that's that one out there. And that's out. Once that's done, pop off the ground. That's our horn pad out. Now we've got this bolt here. And I'll show you a trick how to do that as well. That was a 19. Alrighty, so we want to loosen up the nut. Just a couple of turns. Now see how it's not coming loose, but a lot of people, they do struggle getting this off. The best way that I've found is you smash it from the back and you bring it closer to you. So just like that. Now she's loose off the spline. And once that's done, then you take off the nut. Don't take off the nut first, because if this steering wheel comes off and you're full force, it won't end pretty. Clubamo. Alright, let's go get our boss kit and I'll show you guys how to put the deep dish steering wheel on. Let's go. Alright, and this is our boss kit. Literally got it on eBay, sort by cheapest. It's actually called boss kit. This is how it should arrive. So it's got the steering wheel screw holes on the front, and that's where it adapts to on the back with the spline grooves there that should match. So it actually did fit, but it was a bit of a tight push to get that on there. Definitely won't be ordering from that company again. I don't think it should be that tight. I think it should be able to glide on nicely. Let's whack this nut on. Alrighty, there's our boss kit on. Now we'll start piecing together everything else. Then we'll put our steering wheel on to finish off. Alright, let's go. I hate that feeling. That's sitting so nice and flush. Remember how I showed you where to line it up on the mounting brackets? Because that helps position the head unit nicely, because sometimes people put them too far in and it's all the way there. That's perfect. Like, look at that. You can still bang your gears, so it's nice, convenient. There's our fresh little pocket. That's looking extra factory and tidy. That's only a super cheap auto universal one. Air Pro, I think they make that. Great product. Overall, the dash fascia turned out really nice. Let's go get our shifter surround with our fresh gear bit leather, boys. not bad for Autobahn. Like, that's beautiful. It's nice and sturdy. I can't even bend it, even if I do this. Like, normally a lot of the Temu steering wheels and stuff, or eBay, they might look good, but they're a fake of something else because they tried to replicate something else. They're trying to save money on the production because it's an illegal thing to do to copy something else. So they don't really care. This stuff is actually quality made. So we've got this one, which matches the Boss kit, or we've got the SAS one, but it doesn't fit as nice as the SAS horn. So the SAS horn fits in like that. You can't move it, but this one, it doesn't fit. You can move it around. Explains the same quality of this Boss kit. So we'll probably rock our SAS. No, I'm not picking that off. Leaving it. SAS can stay, boys. That is our winning contender. Alright, we're definitely going to use the screws from this Boss kit because they are to match. Let's hope that they're okay quality. And we've got 2, 4, 6. So we've got 6 holes and 6 screws. Yeah, that fits okay. Alright, sweet. Let's get this on. Alright, so this is our steering wheel in now. We're just getting the last of the bolts. What we've done is we put the bottom one in nice and tight, and then the top one in nice and tight. So just to line up the rest of the screws so we don't thread them inside the Boss kit, because this Boss kit obviously isn't the greatest condition. And now we go for the tighten up, and we'll just do it in a star pattern. Done. And that is our fresh deep dish steering wheel. That feels so nice. Wicked. What's next? Maybe we'll get the door cards on, we'll give them a wipe, and we'll whack them on. All right, let's go. I'll show you the door cards. We've given them a wipe. They're not perfect. It does have a bit of a blemish here, but I like that it's got the factory trim still. It's nice. And it does have a little bit of overspray from the last guy, unfortunately. I bought it at night. 200 bucks for the pair. Couldn't go wrong. So beggars can't be choosers. And this is our passenger side one. It's got the factory trim on it too. Really like that to match the rest, give it that factory feel. Got a few little things to do, like these holes, so we can get some nuts and bolts back in, because it's very important. You need to make sure that your seat is mounted properly. It's unsafe. You can lose a point per seat. It's not worth it, or a point, I think, even per bolt. Your seat has to be mounted properly. So one loose bolt can mean 1 point off your license in New South Wales. Yeah, it's just not worth the fine. Going to build a car, do it properly. I know everything in this car is not 100%, but we're going to do it to the best of our ability and try to not take too many shortcuts. All right, so I'll give you a run through. Let's get these door cards on. This is our switch as well, nice and fresh. The black paint looks gorgeous against it, and it'll look very nice once it's lining up against that when the door's closed. It'll flow really well. We've still left some other parts in the red car. I got a box full from Melbourne when the car got shipped over. That's got the little clip here. It's got a surround for the passenger side, but we'll just mount this up for now and do all the last little finicky bits later. But I just want to show you guys the semi-final product. All right, let's go. Need to make sure that this tucks over the metal, so that's going to line up properly that way. If you try to push it, then that's going to come off the door card. Very important. All right, that's tucked through there. Let's tuck it over here. Alrighty, so that pretty much wraps up for today. We got a little bit stuck with some bolts. Got a bit stuck by leaving the plastics in the other car. There's most interior in the dash face. I hope you learned a thing or two if you do have a Skyline and you are planning on pulling out the dash fascia and whatnot. And even the steering wheel, it's a little bit finicky, but you have to just line it up right. Once you get it there, you can finger tight all the bolts. Yeah, the horn, we're probably going to make just an external horn, just a button connected straight to the little horns at the front, just to make it easier and to pass rego. So we've only got like a day or two left now, so we've got to get this car smashed out so we can drive it to the painters and get ready to tear it all apart again. So that's the joys of restoring an old school Nissan JDM Porject car. And yeah, we'll see you very, very soon. Peace.